welcome to the vlog. If you're new here, hi, my name's Leandra. It's Tuesday. I literally just got out of my first and only class for today, my writing class, and I am back in bed. It's 12, almost 12:30, and today's just one of those days where I have so much stuff on my to-do list, so much stuff to do that I just ah! Yeah. I just want to stay here. And the weather is so gloomy. It's raining right now in Durham. It's gonna be raining for the next couple days, and you're telling me I can't just put on some tea and put it in like a carry bag, go to a forest somewhere and listen to the rain drop on the trees? Jesus Christ. And on top of that, I'm watching people on my Instagram who are in law school and got like a longer spring break. So literally Jorwish on here, who I love, who I watch her videos, she's in Puerto Rico right now, and I've been thinking about running away to Puerto Rico. Oh, I'm starting this vlog off kind of wrong, but welcome to the vlog. Anyway, I'm going to be in here for a couple more minutes, and then we are going to go do things. But until then, you can find me here. I just feel like I'm wasting my mental space, my time, and my energy, especially when I'm stressed out about something in relation to school. I just feel like that's making my body do like a fight or flight response for something that I don't necessarily really care about right now, and it's just kind of hard today. Hello, it is much later. It's actually like what, 4:30. What did we do today? Went to the gym. I had a class, went to the gym, had another class. I went to my chiropractor, and I just got out of my therapy session for today, and it's just been a hard day. Like, there's something in me that just wants to not vlog today, but then I realized that I would be kind of promoting toxic positivity, toxic spirituality, where it's all love and light all the time, and that's just simply not the case. I'm having a bad mental health day today, and that is what it is, and I can't fucking fake happy as much as I want to take this away. Like, I just kind of have to deal with this. I've just been like crying off and on all day today, and I was just explaining to my therapist about the fact that today is really hard, because I talked about this before, but I'm not necessarily right now taking courses that I'm really passionate about, and usually that's okay. I can deal with that just fine, but today is one of those days that it's kind of hitting me super hard, that I am spending a lot of my time doing something that I'm not super passionate about right now. Like a lot of my time, like a lot, basically all of my time is spent doing something, and that's a lot today. That, and also there's just this growing, like basically at this point screaming part of me that really just wants to get out of all of this and just go live in Washington. I don't know what it is about Washington, but I really want to go back to CBEC and stay in that space that I stayed in when I was there last semester, with the forest and the deers, and just kind of be in that space. Like, that's where I want to. When I close my eyes, that is what I see. Washington is calling me again, and it's so much louder than it was the first time that I felt called to go there. It's screaming, and it's just like, ugh. And I keep saying I want to run away. Like, I want to run away to Washington, I want to run away to Puerto Rico, I want to run away to Hawaii, but it's just, I realize another way for me to discount how I'm actually feeling. Like, I want to do these things. I don't think it's running away at all. I want to do these things, and I feel like if I didn't have responsibilities, that's what I would be doing. Nothing about that is running away. That's what I want to do. A lot of you guys actually like messaged me on Instagram, and you asked me like, should I take a year off before law school? Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah, if you can, if it's something that you can afford, yeah, go, yeah. Anyway, we're done crying for today, for right now. And on the rest of the agenda for the rest of the day, I have readings to do today for constitutional law, for tomorrow, and readings for property. I already did my readings for torts during the weekend, so we don't have to do that. And then I have to spend the rest of my day or night, because it is now obviously almost 5 p.m., writing my appellate brief. So that's what we're doing. I'm also currently now purchasing a weighted blanket because my therapist said that she has a lot of patients who say that weighted blankets are the way to go. So I'm buying one right now. Okay, so realistic after montage shit, right? I just gave up studying, right? Because I just felt really down. Like, I've been crying, obviously. So I got my constitutional law reading done, which is awesome. That's all I can do today, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that effort. But I just thought it was super funny because I was like in the dark. I'm over here crying, like literally bawling my eyes out, and I get this notification on my phone, and I'm thinking, okay, whatever, let me just look at this notification, and I do, and it's a rejection email. Like, read the room. Like, I'm already sad, baby. I'm already sad. What do you want from me? Whoever decided to send rejection emails at that one time from this one firm, you are not seeing heaven. Like, you are not seeing. I'm already fragile. I am already fragile. Please, no. Anyways, I am going to sleep because I feel like I've put enough effort that I could today, and I'm just tired, and all of this will just have to wait until tomorrow. And yes, my brain is definitely talking shit to itself right now about laziness and, you know, being unproductive, firing up the alarms, but I'm going to go to sleep. I'm just going to go to sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, one last thing. I think she can tell that I'm sad, you guys. Look at this. Oh. Can you tell that I'm sad? I love you. Oh, she winked at me. Good morning, besties. We're good. The morning after a like sob-filled breakdown is always so like weirdly awkward, especially when you've called people, like your family or your friends, and you've been like sobbing on the phone, and you're just like, go ahead and forget everything I said. Go ahead and just forget everything I said. I'm feeling better. I talked to my sister last night, and I also talked to my best friend. My sister gave me some really great advice, you know, remembering my overall why for coming to law school, which is awesome. It's always great to remember that. Sometimes it gets buried. And just kind of making plans about, you know, if I really want to go to Washington, that is definitely something I can do. I don't know why I feel like I can't do that. I've just been making myself feel like I'm trapped in this box. And as an Aquarius, as someone with an avoidant attachment personality, I don't like feeling trapped. I don't like feeling like I have no freedom. That will make me freak out. So we just kind of went through some, you know, what could I do? I could go home next week. If I want to go home next week, the only issue is I'm a cat mom, okay? I don't want to uproot her from her home, just to go to another home for like a week or two and then come back. So that's something that I have to flesh out. But I could do that, or I could just go to Washington if I want to go to Washington, which I definitely want to do. So I have options. It was great to hear somebody else tell me that I have options. She also reminded me that if I really do not like law school just in general, I can drop out, which my therapist reminded me the exact same thing. And I explained to her and my therapist, like, theoretically I know that, but as a first gen, no. No, no, can't be out here dropping out of things. Like, I just like, just the thought of dropping out is just like crazy to me. It's not something I want to do, not something I'm considering at all. It's just, it's good to know that I do have that option, even though I may be reluctant if I ever think about it to take it. So what's been happening and what kind of like set this all up is like on Saturday, I got these really great downloads. Like I meditated for the longest time on Saturday, a couple times throughout the day, and I got these great downloads that I need to just be. And I felt like I don't know what that means because I thought that's what I was already doing. But over the next couple of days, I realized that I don't do that. Like when it's time for me to relax, I don't relax. Like I could be laying down watching a YouTube video, but I'm thinking about all the things that I need to do. Or I'm in the shower and I'm supposed to be relaxing. There's candles on, like incense, all this other stuff, and I'm thinking about every single thing that I need to do. And you guys have kind of seen like my schedule. It's very much block by block by block, hour by hour by hour. I need to be doing this and this and this and this and this. And I do that to try and maximize my productivity, but that's also very draining. And I don't know why I didn't want to just admit that to myself. I felt like I tried to mentally admit that I think I'm tired. But there was this one little side of my brain, you guys know the ugly chatter, you know, the bitch that won't stop talking, that comes in right when you're kind of feeling a little bit of self-doubt and sprinkles in that little extra self-doubt, and it's like, why are you tired? You're not doing enough work. And I usually never entertain it, and I'm just like, of course I am. Like I see the work that I'm doing, but for some reason I entertained it. And I think it's because I don't have a job lined up for summer yet, so I've been feeling maybe a little bit insecure about that, and I just preyed on it. And I felt like, damn, maybe I'm not doing, you know, like enough work. Maybe I don't deserve a break. Maybe I should be doing all these things. That's why I'm thinking about all these things when I'm laying down and I'm supposed to be relaxing, because I'm not doing enough work. And that just stressed me out. It just started stressing me out over the last couple of days. That, and also a conversation I had with my therapist. We're talking about my past like ED behaviors, because trigger warning if there needs to be any here. I used to have a pretty rampant like eating disorder, and we're talking about the control aspects of it. And I realized that I've taken those control aspects and taken them a lot more off of food, and have started to do it more on top of like my behaviors in general. So I was talking to her about the fact that I feel like I put boundaries on things that doesn't need any boundaries or need any limits at all on myself, because I have made myself feel like I'm trapped, or that I can't go here or I can't go there, or that I'm stuck even though I'm not. And that feeling of not being able to control things, even the feeling of not being able to control when I'm gonna get my summer job, if I'm gonna get my summer job, when I'm gonna get my summer job, or being able to control, you know, maybe like finals, thinking about that way in the future, way past the present, has made me want to control me. And that's made me feel even more trapped. So we're just in a big mess right now. Conversation with my sister really helped, and it just, her saying it just made me realize, you know, out loud, that there is nothing wrong. I knew that too, but it's like really helpful to remember that there's nothing wrong with admitting that, you know, the workload is a lot and it takes a lot of your time, and that fucking sucks. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why I was convinced that if I said that out loud, it just somehow meant that I wasn't cut out for this. I am 100% cut out for this. I'm doing the work. I am on top of my work. But the workload fucking sucks, and it's draining. And I would love more time to do nothing. I would love to one day just wake up and be like, I don't want to do anything today. Or maybe like, I don't want to do a reading today, without having it throw me completely off like course. And that's okay to admit that. It doesn't say anything about my worth or what I can or cannot do here in law school. I called my best friend last night, and I'm just telling her like I'm super depressed, you know, all this stuff, but she also suffers from depression. So sometimes it's just when you're slightly mentally ill and you call your also slightly mentally ill best friend, sometimes you just shouldn't expect anything good. So I'm talking to her about all this stuff, and you know what she says to me? She goes, girl, I was just thinking I want to find someone to put me in a coma for a couple months so I can rest. I'm like, wait, this isn't helpful. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just got done with my 2 first classes. I have a meeting, and then constitutional law, and then some more like study things after that. But right now I'm going to cook myself some lunch. I'm making a Kenyan recipe that, if you guys know, like there's an African restaurant in downtown Durham, and I always order this one thing. I am literally going to massacre the name, so I'll put it up on the screen. But I love it, so I'm gonna try and make something inspired by it, because I don't have the main ingredient, which is the beans. I don't have that. I have black beans. So I'm gonna be using black beans to make it, and hopefully it turns out good. Class is over for the day. I'm going to try and rest for about maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'm just going to go on campus to do my readings for tomorrow, but I think I'm just gonna stay here, or not here. We're gonna go to the office and go into one of the rooms that they have and do some studying there. I recently discovered last video that they have free coffee there, so we're gonna go over there. But I picked up my mail, and I remember I told you guys a couple vlogs ago when I was doing those job interviews that I got, rejected from the firm I wanted. But they sent me mail, and I have this other opportunity with them to network. So one of their networking events is like we get to go talk to them, and then we have to cook together, and obviously we're not all in the same place. So they send me an Italy box. So this is what it looks like, just a big Italy box. We're cooking pasta, and they sent us the pasta, all the ingredients, which is really surprising. I didn't know how they were gonna do it. I've never gotten a box before, but all right, so I opened it, and this is what came with it. They have obviously like the recipe. It is non-vegan, so you have meat, you have cheese. I will have to substitute that with my own like tofu and my own vegan cheese, but really cool puree, tomato puree, and look at this fancy little bottle of olive oil. I love firm events when they go all out like this. Like, yes, show me that revenue you're making, because I know you're making a lot.
The term consumer is defined obviously in the VPPA. Can we make a notice or associates argument about consumer, given that it's given a specific definition in the statute?
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Yesterday I went to bed at like 11:30, 12. I had office hours at 7, which I think is the last thing I filmed. I went to office hours for my writing class, and then I spent the rest of the time until I went to bed writing my paper. And good thing, I got so much like inspiration, like it felt like whatever block I had in my head just evaporated. Do I think it's a coincidence that it happened after I decided to stop self-criticizing? No, because what I was doing when I let the self-talk kind of like get to me, get to my brain, is anytime I would try to write a sentence, I would just criticize it, like destroy it as I was writing. So that would make it so hard to actually just put a sentence down. I started to feel like I should be writing in like one specific way and couldn't write this specific way. I don't know, but I wrote, and I think it sounds really good. Will that reflect? Hopefully. Like, I'm hopeful that it will, because I didn't tell you guys, but I got my trial brief back, and I did so much better than my open memo. Like, I went up by like 10 plus points in score, like, and she wrote on the paper that I should be proud of myself, that I did great work, all this other stuff. So I didn't tell you guys that, but hopefully with this brief I can go like even more and get like a really high grade, fingers crossed. For today, I just got out of my first 2 classes. I'm between my break, as you guys know, between property law and constitutional law. I won't be able to go to constitutional law today though, because I have that event with the firm. So it starts at like 2:30, and I have to like get ready for it. It's like the structure is kind of like a welcome, an information session, and then there's like a panel where we get to ask questions to like the hiring partners, and then I think at 6 begins the whole cooking portion. So I'll be kind of busy with that all day. I'm just glad today's Thursday, so I don't have to read for a class, and after I get out, I can just like spend the rest of the time writing the rest of my paper. So that's what's happening right now though. They said that it's going to storm here in North Carolina, like an actual storm. And they might be tornadoes, they might be hail, they might be all of this other stuff that I'm just not used to. So they said to stay indoors. But I'm about to go to Trader Joe's because listen, it's stormy, it's twilight weather. I need my vegan mac and cheese from Trader Joe's. Nothing has started yet, so it's not like there's not any danger or anything yet. It's supposed to start at like 3 p.m. so we still have time, and I just need my mac and cheese, like anyways, I'm about to head out, you know, get my mac and cheese, listen to the Twilight soundtrack, you know, hot girl shit. But look at this really cool sweater. I don't think I've shown you guys this jacket. I bought it at, I believe, Pretty Little Things a couple months ago, maybe a month ago, and I love it. I don't know if you can tell the actual color of it. It looks kind of green on camera, but it's like burnt or melted chocolate or caramel. It's super, like, look at that. I'm super warm, and it has these little things at the cuffs where you can pull it and cinch the cuffs. There is really nothing better than after you have like a really low point, like you have like a breakdown, and then your God complex kicks back in. Like, yeah, still that bitch. I cried a little, yeah, but still that bitch. How did we get here when I used to know you so
Law Center, or there's something called a Swiss Marine system, which is kind of similar. It's not necessarily as much as a franchise disconnected.
We do have some heat coming up. If we're going with the guanciale, I want you to throw your guanciale.
Okay, the info session and the cooking class are now over, and first of all, talk about remembering your why. I feel like that's one of the big themes of this vlog, and they had this really great like info session, basically kind of explaining a lot of the things that the firm does. And it's always nice, and it's my big why law school, why law, because law is entrenched in all of our lives, and a lot of us, the majority of people, don't really understand how it works. And especially if you are a minority, it's very much affects your life, especially if you're, you know, lower income, especially if you live in places that are just, you know, low socioeconomic means. The chances that you're going to be somehow, you know, in the legal system and dealing with law is very much real. And I think it's important that there are diverse lawyers who take the, you know, the challenge and the time to go through this process and really be part of the system. While I understand that some people want to dismantle the system, I think it's important to be part of it so you can do all of the work from the inside. And that's something that I want to do. I'm really passionate about wanting to help people. That's what I did this for, and they had this great presentation about the pro bono that they do, and that's one of the main reasons why I really like this firm, and I'm salty that I didn't get the summer associate position. Please hire me next year. But they do a lot of really great pro bono work, in like Uganda, in Africa, in Bhutan, in all these places, to try and get them to, you know about law in every other place, like America, every other countries. I think one of the pro bonos were teaching, I believe, judges in Uganda, if I'm remembering that correctly, about laws in other places regarding reproductive issues, so that when they get a case with the Ugandan women who, you know, wants, you know, an abortion or something like that, that they know what other countries are doing, and that they can make their decision like an informed, a better informed decision. And I just like, it's just like, it's amazing. That's exactly what I want. I want to do this work, and I want to help people, especially people who are, you know, in my community, because it's just important. Also like did a lot of work with Flint, and they do a lot of like immigration work. I know they did something with reuniting the kids who were taken away from their parents. I think that's still happening. So they're constantly working, and they put a lot of man hours and manpower behind their, you know, the pro bono work and their actual, you know, paying clients and stuff like that. That I just, one of the things I said during my interview and during my pre-interview was that I really liked how the associates could talk about their work, and you can genuinely tell when someone is interested in what they're doing and really likes what they're doing, because they can just, you know, they can just talk, and you can just tell. And that's exactly what happened. I'm just like, there's the big why. There she is. I'm still waiting for the storm to hit. I'm so tired of, you know, fucking Weatherman's what God, that accent came out, honey. Woo. I'm so tired of Weatherman's here saying that there was going to be some epic fucking storm and it never comes. Like, I want to see some hail. I will say that my lights did go off at some point. Everything went off and then went back on, and I had to reset everything. But that's about it. And it's not given what it's supposed to give. Like, I want the snow. Where is it, North Carolina? Where? Also, random thought, but I don't know if it's because I've been staring at myself all day, but like on Zoom, also because I'm conceited, and also because I'm vlogging, but I'm fine, like fine, but I also look like a salamander, I think. If my eyes were a little more spaced out, would I not look exactly like this little salamander? Anyway, probably I'm going to work on my essay. Obviously, it's Thursday, my favorite day. So I could probably either rest or go to the gym, and then we're gonna work on my essay. My writing professor responded back to my email. I sent her some more questions that I had, so I'm just gonna work on that. But yeah. Good morning, happy Friday. I just had the rest of the spaghetti I made last night for breakfast. Am I gonna regret it? Yes, but it was good. It was good. I probably shouldn't because I'm really busy today. But if I need to take a nap, I will take a nap. It's Friday, so you guys know the vibes. My first class doesn't start till 11. Wanted to wake up earlier today, but also I was really tired last night after I was working on my brief. So I slept in. Me and Grace Kelly are relaxing. You see her. We are relaxing, and even the blinds are shut. I'm in the dark. Sometimes you just need to be in the dark for a couple of hours before you go out into the world. I literally have not like washed my face, brushed my teeth at all. I just went to have spaghetti. As soon as I woke up, I just tumbled out, walked to my kitchen, and just started eating from the pot. For today, I have my writing class at 11:10. I think I'm actually gonna hop into office hours for research in like 5 to 10 minutes. That's over at 11, so I need to do that. And then really I don't have anything planned like class-wise. I just need to write my appellate brief, keep writing my appellate brief. And I was doing it yesterday, and the reason I want to go to office hours is just because I was trying to make one of my policy arguments a language argument, and I put it in there, but I realized I didn't do the switch, so it just kind of sounded like a policy argument. And when my writing professor emailed me back, she was like, this is a policy argument. So I was like, shit. So I'm trying to think of a canon to put there so that I can make it sort of like a language argument. So I think my research professor can really help with that. I almost forgot that later today too at 2:50 I have another like event with the same firm that was the event yesterday, and they gave us homework, so I need to use like a fact pattern. So I need to do that to get prepared for the session. Hopefully I can get to the gym and work out before the day is over. But I did want to do a little bit of an update on the Sacred Woman book, because I know I mentioned it in the last video, this one right here, and I mentioned that I was following it. I'm trying to clarify that I'm not following it strictly or 100%. I'm kind of just taking what resonates and leaving what doesn't. And there are some things in the book that doesn't necessarily resonate with me. One, I think the big overall goal I've seen when I've gotten to the later chapters is to get you to become like a raw food, raw vegetarian basically, and I will never be that. That's just something that I do not see for myself. So there is that. Also, there are some things just food related that I don't necessarily resonate with, and I don't know if it's because I just have a personal bad history with food, and that's why some of the things are red flags for me. But I just kind of don't want to do a lot of, like, there's a lot of food recommendations, and a lot of it is towards getting you to be this raw, you know, eating machine. For example, for breakfast, she recommends just having like a piece of fruit or having a green juice, and then for lunch you have a raw salad, and then for dinner you have another salad, but you just add a little bit of like grains in it. And I just feel like that would put me at a calorie deficit if I just eat like that. There's just kind of a lot of emphasis on pooping and the idea that you have to be like going to the bathroom every single time you have a meal, and if you don't go to the bathroom every single time you have a meal, then it has some sort of really big negative implications. I don't necessarily believe that. It's totally fine if other people do. I don't believe that. And I was like looking it up to see, you know, doctors and stuff talking about it, and they don't say that. I just don't necessarily, I don't think that the amount of times I poop has anything to really do with my womb, you know what I mean? And on that too, she promotes obviously going to the bathroom regularly. So there are like colon flushes that you can do in the mornings every day for 21 days. And she also promotes taking laxatives 3 to 4 times a week. Now that's a big red flag. If you've had an ED at all, you know, don't go near the laxatives like that. They are not good for you when you have them that often, and they really mess up your literally your entire track. They mess it up, because I have done that, and it took me a long time to be able to just like work regularly again. So I just think that advice is problematic. Other than that, I do think there is some great, you know, advice there. There's some great like content there about the womb and just being more in tune with yourself. So I'm taking that knowledge. I did try and do the spiritual like rituals that she has. She has some great ideas about rituals and how to start your morning. You're supposed to start your morning like at 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. to communicate with like your ancestors. I tried that entire routine. She does include prayers and things like that. I tried that. Don't think it resonated with me at all. One, because I don't necessarily like to be told how to pray or how to talk to my ancestors or when I'm supposed to talk to my ancestors. I kind of, if I want to talk to them, I want to talk to them and I want to say it in my words. So I don't necessarily like being told what to do every single aspect when it comes to a ritual. So I stopped doing that Tuesday, and I think that was also part of the reason why I was feeling a little out of control. Because I was feeling a little out of control spiritually too, because I was doing, you know, all of these prescribed rituals. So I stopped doing it. I took everything else though. She helps you with building your altar, which I built my altar. I won't be showing it on camera anymore because it's personal and it's mine. But there's some good gems there. Y'all, look at my genius little setup, because I don't want to get out of bed today, but I still want to learn. I'm so smart.
Let's see, it's really a conversation. It's
order transactions and stuff, and I had zero background in transactional work. I thought I was going to be a litigator, and to me it was like,
my day is now over. I just got out of the shower. I had candles, you can see it back there. Had a nice little candle salt shower, and it was really nice. It's like 8:30 right now. You guys see what I mean? It's kind of like I'm always doing something and then I don't even know what happens, and now it's like 8 p.m. and I still have more things to do, and I want to just lay down and turn my brain off. The networking session today was really good. I was talking to some of the other participants about how I'm just surprised how thorough it was, because I get now like a mentor in the firm who I can just reach out to and talk to for until the summer or next summer. For a while basically. I have to do a mock interview with that same mentor sometime in April, and just like have a lot of now like contacts and stuff in the company that I'm really interested in. So I'm really happy. It was actually a really great experience. And I actually talked to or we all had like this rotation of attorneys there. It was like a practice area fair, and they all came and into the Zoom session and just talked to us about what they were doing at the firm. So there's one area that I think I'm interested in. I just need to do more research on it, maybe talk to more people in it, probably that same person or those same couple of people who do that work. And it's international arbitration. So I'm just doing more research, but that's always exciting to find something that I'm like, I might want to do this. Did the little like practice case study thing, and I have my answer ready for the ones that I was assigned. I was so prepared to talk, and I raised my hand and I was interrupted by a man. This is why men don't deserve rights. Really. Now I'm just about to take a nap at 8:30 p.m. and or take a nap, or maybe just like try and relax. I'm gonna watch a K-drama for a little bit, and then start working on my appellate brief again. I'm hoping tonight I could finish just everything to do with my arguments as much as I can, and then start working on like the facts, like statement of the case part of it, because I haven't even really touched that. I was just focusing on the arguments. And on that, when I went to office hours today for research, the research professor is like so incredibly helpful. She's so helpful, like so helpful. When you find someone like a professor that's directly like answers your question, it's just like chef's kiss. Because in comparison to like my writing professor, who is kind of like, you know, I'm not gonna give you guys arguments, you know, she'll kind of like, you know, what do you think? What do you think? Like, you go to the research professor and she's just kind of, I mean, I just told her like, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know what it looks. She was like, here. And I was like, thank you. You sweet soul. So yeah, that is the agenda for today. A little bit of relaxation, maybe a nap, maybe some K-drama, and then more typey-typey. Good morning, you guys. In the same position as last night, right? Jeez. I woke up a little bit ago, and now I am again working on my paper. Of course, got Grace Kelly here again, of course. I just got super excited because it's the spring equinox today, and I cannot wait to be done with my writing today so I can just get out and go stare at the trees or something, and clean my house too, because I need a nice little spring cleaning. I was just reading some of the comments I was getting on the last video, and a lot of them are like, oh, you know, I was thinking about law and you made me want to go into law. And I hope this video doesn't change anyone's mind. It's just kind of like reality, and that was kind of my little pause in filming me being sad about some of the workload that I have, but that's just reality, and I want to show you guys every single thing that happens during this law school journey. Sometimes it gets overwhelming and you get tired as hell, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not to say that you will not be able to deal with it, because you definitely will. But sometimes you just need to take a pause and cry and go to sleep, and then you'll be fine. Moved to our usual spot because I was doing my readings for torts and then property, and I just caught my brain doing the thing, right? So I have a task list for myself on my Notion, and I always go and I click things off as I get them done. And what I figured is happening is that I will make this task list and make like a timeline for myself. And even though I am on track to complete the timeline in the time that I prescribed for myself, I will still get upset if I'm not ahead of the timeline. That doesn't even make sense, but I just caught myself doing it, right? Because I have all of these things in my task list for today. I just finished it. I wrote my, all my argument sections are done. I wrote the statement of the case section this morning. That's done for today. I still have like the arguments umbrella section to write, but that's what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. I also did my readings for torts. I ended up doing my readings for property today too, because I was already sitting here, and I was like, why not? And that's basically what I want to do today. Like that's it. Like it's almost it's like 4:30. That's it. But my brain is like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that. And I'm like, I want to go outside. I want to go take a walk. Shut up. You know what? I am closing the book. My little iPad closed. Laptop remaining open because we do need to get on Netflix, yes. But everything that I need to get done work-wise is closed, except for job applications, which I will do later today. And we're just gonna do what I want to do for the rest of today because we're done. And it's 5 p.m. and we're done. This is where I leave you for this vlog, my friends. I have brought you to this place behind my apartment building. There's a trail and then there's this nice little walkway to, I believe, on the other side of the park. I've never actually completed it all the way, but I just love being here, this little walkway. It is absolutely beautiful. It takes a little bit of, there's a lot of dirt and roughness as you come in, but then you come in and it's just like this nice little gravel and it's just a beautiful path, and I just love being here. I sound like a total hippie, but hear me out, because I wrote this poem because I have like my book in here in case I get any downloads from, you know, the trees, the spirit guides, anyone, any positive being that wants to talk to me. And I wrote this nice poem. And it basically was just about, like, why do I like Washington so much? Why do I like being surrounded by really, really tall trees so much? And it's so pretty. And a lot of it was just this, like, I feel like throughout like the everyday life, I am a powerful being, but I'm also a small being. And in regular life, I have to like mold myself when I don't want to adapt. And when you're in the forest, when you're surrounded by really tall trees, you can just be small in peace. Like there is no demands, external forces, anything like that. You're just like small and you accept that and they accept that, and that's just your place here. And there's something really freeing about that. But yeah, that is my hippie message. The forest allows you to just be. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, so much for now I think 23K, which is insane. Like, I am just flabbergasted that I get to talk to you guys about whatever I want. This is basically like an extension of the phone calls that I have with my best friends. You guys hear my inner monologues, which probably not a good thing. But I'm so glad you guys are sticking around. I'm so glad you guys like my content, and I love interacting with you guys. So thank you so much for choosing to spend your valuable, very, very valuable time with me for however long this video was and however long my other videos are. I am going to end the video here. I'm gonna have a peaceful rest of my day. And if you are struggling right now, I feel you. I 100% feel you. I receive you, and we are going to be fine. We really are. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Bye.